I just wanted to mention to Melanie, I only heard the last part of that conversation about the gifts, right? Like makes a great gift. But something else that I have done in the past is if I really want to sell out of some of my products, what I'll do is bundle them with another popular item. So I'll go to like DHgate or something like that, bundle it with another popular item, and then suddenly it's the best birthday gift you've ever seen.
לא יכול כרגע.
So can I do that? Just add a new SKU for that as a gift set?
Exactly. Well, you can ask Amazon to you can create a new SKU and ask Amazon to cleave your listing, or you can just, what I do is I'll just buy like a bunch of UPCs from Snap UPC, and of course my regular private label items, my normal items, like I of course use GS1, but for little bundles like that, I'll just test out with regular UPCs. And I did that with, I'm in the pet niche, and I did that with some cat toys, pretty saturated market, but I bought a bunch of cat stockings, like Christmas stockings, and I put cute cats on them, and I stuffed my cat toys in there, and I sold out in like a month. So it was a really great way to get rid of extra stock and make a little extra money too.
Yeah, so you don't need, and just everyone real quick, what we did, and this is why I always tell everyone, they're like, what should I do when I'm getting started? Get your brand registry immediately, because you don't need that. You can just, like, we literally we'll test products constantly. So we have like, I think in our catalog right now we have like 700 SKUs. So that gives you an idea of how many SKUs we constantly add new stuff and test it. And if we had to deal with, getting a UPC for everything, it would just be such a pain in the ass, pardon my French, but it would be. So brand registry is super important. It protects your brand, gives you benefits, like headline search, things like that. Definitely worth it. So if you've been kind of on the fence, if you're serious about your Amazon business, go get your trademark and get brand registered like ASAP.
Amy, one last question. Can Amazon pack those two items separately for me as one bundle, or do I need to send them in together?
Ooh, I'm not I have my own warehouse, so I just pack my own stuff together. I'm an old RA seller, so I'm kind of used to doing that. But maybe Andy can answer that one.
Yeah, so I mean, it depends on your setup, but generally, if you're dealing with a manufacturer and you say, "Hey, I want this accessory," they'll go get it for you. They'll source it for you. So, I mean, we have at this point we have our own staff in China now that does it for us. We just tell them, "Hey, we want this bundled. Go get it," and they do it. But if you're not at that point yet, which I know a lot of you might not be, what we used to do is, you'd contact the manufacturer and say, "Hey, I want this. But I want it bundled with this," and they'll actually go out and find a nearby manufacturer in their area, unless it's something not like super unrelated. Like if it's like an auto part and something else, like in China, they're very regional in their manufacturing, so it might not be as easy that way. But generally, if they're going to get business from you, they'll do it. They'll go source it for you and package it and do it. Like we don't, we don't touch any of our products. Our products literally go from China to FBA. We never touch them. Once in a while, like during Christmas time, we'll get some backup stock in our warehouse because we do seller fulfilled Prime. Because this year we got a discount of 60% for doing seller fulfilled Prime. So we do seller fulfilled Prime this time of year, and we have backup stock just because like one of our products right now is like selling like crazy. We're going to stock out probably in like 2 days. And luckily we knew this was this is our best selling item. So we had backup stock in our warehouse. And this time of year, if you try to send it to FBA, it's kind of a crapshoot because it depending on the fulfillment center, it might take them like a week to check it in, and then you miss all those sales.
Right.
So that's why we have it in our warehouse. But yeah, they'll do it for you. And it's really not hard if it's going by air. So if it's a lighter item and it's going by air, so it's like FedEx, UPS, DHL, whatever. A lot of people don't know this is you can literally send the FBA shipment to your manufacturer and say, slap this on the box and send it to this address, not my address, and they'll do it. Now, I don't recommend this if they've never done it before, but most manufacturers in China these days have done it. So you just say, hey, I don't want to touch the product. I mean, make sure you get samples and make sure you're trusting the first order. It's not don't do it on the first order. Get it to your place on the first order. Make sure the quality's good. Then the second order, you might want to do it that way.
Okay, thank you.
And in this case, like, you know, I already had these in my warehouse local. So of course, you know, but I did reach out to my supplier and ask her if she had a really great, you know, a Christmas stocking. And she only really, they're in the pet area. So they only really had access to the really cheap looking, like netted ones. And none of those were what I wanted. I wanted more of a high end so I could get that higher price. So that's why I went to DHgate and got a really cool stocking that, you know, and it turned out to be that differentiation that set me apart from all those other pet sellers that were selling the mesh stockings, right? But that is a great point as far as what Annie's saying, that, you know, just work with your supplier. I mean, mine just sent me a whole bunch of samples for me to develop, you know, some new stuff, and I've been working with them for a couple years, so they're usually happy to do it.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.